the top 10 Marvel Rivals characters, or well, the best characters to play as in Marvel Rivals. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. Now this list may change over time based on updates, nerfing, and hopefully some of the stronger characters in here do get some nerfs, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on the characters. This is as of launch, and maybe we'll expand this list and actually go over the full selection at some point. We'll see how it goes. So first up, we have Psylocke, who may seem like a bit of an odd choice to include in the list, since she is a little lower on the health bar side of things. But if you play it right, you play it strategically, you sit a little bit on the outskirts of things, you go in, you do your cuts, you do your shots, your bracelet actually does a ton of consistent damage. A lot of the time, people don't notice you. You go in, you slash, you dash, or you sit back and kind of fire away. You also have the ability to go invisible, and then kind of move quickly, and then your ultimate just slashes and can destroy entire other teams. It's great. Just like Captain America's Rush. The strongest thing about Captain America is he can sprint. In a game where other people cannot move quickly, Captain America can. He also has the ability to throw a shield in case anyone's trying to get away. He can do a leap jump. He has a bash attack. He also has an ultimate where he can just unleash and overwhelm people that are trying to run away or trying to move out of his way. Captain America is powerful, strong, and again, he can sprint. That is like one of the biggest changes in this game. Few characters in this can actually move quickly, and since they can't move quickly and Captain America can, you can chase people down that are trying to escape from you. And that in itself is an incredible ability and perk to have. He also has a fairly lengthy health bar, which lets you take a lot of damage and just get in there and tank it up. And I think it's actually quite an underutilized character from what I've seen thus far when playing. Very strong. But not as strong as the might of Squirrel Girl. Sounds silly, but Squirrel Girl is really, really good, especially if you sit back a little bit and you just kind of fire away. It only takes like a few shots to actually take people out with the slingshot. You've got bonding abilities, you've got the ability to kind of give a little quick bump, and you can also like throw an acorn or something like that at people too, which is a little entertaining. Your ultimate is kind of this rush of squirrels, which may seem silly, but there's been a few times where I've actually gotten mowed down by squirrels just minding my own business. So it's actually pretty strong. But no, her greatest asset is the fact that she has kind of a condensed shape, so you're a little less noticed, and if you sit back or kind of do a little bit of an attack, like a medium attack approach, you can really just decimate people because they underestimate you, and you can destroy them very, very quickly. This is a very effective character, and I've had no problem taking on much more powerful individuals with Squirrel Girl. Definitely not one to be underestimated in this game. Just like you should never underestimate your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Spider-Man could be higher, but like honestly, the fact that he has limited range attacks and is more of a brawler character, but not as strong a brawler character as other characters, kind of puts him a little bit lower. I would say his greatest asset is the fact that he can swing. Now, the web swinging in this is not good. I mean, we've got Insomniac Spider-Man. That's the baseline for Spider-Man swinging, but it allows you to escape really quickly, get health, and come back in. If you combo with Venom, you can also get a symbiote kind of bump, which is a big improvement for Spider-Man. But his biggest asset is the fact that if someone's a little bit at a distance, you can do like a swing attack, and then you can do a melee punch combo, which is an uppercut, and you can kind of juggle them in the air and then kind of get a few more hits in. And then if someone's at like medium range, you can kind of do a few little whip sling attacks at them. Pretty cool character. Not like the strongest out of all the rosters out there, but not a bad option for this one, and that's why I included him there. The Punisher. So the Punisher is a very, very strong, multifaceted character. You got a shotgun for close range. You've got an assault rifle for a distance attack. You can also plant down a turret at strategic points, especially defense points or ring points or moving the objective points, which can be just a monumental upgrade for shredding enemies that come near you. You also have I guess you would call it a bit of a zip line that you can pop out that lets you get places quicker. You got a smoke screen if you need to evade and jump out of the way. You take a ton of health. Your ultimate allows you to just have unloaded gun abilities to just absolutely decimate and storm your opponents. The Punisher can definitely come in and punish and lay down the law, whatever law that is that he abides by. But no, this is a very, very strong character that looks like he's roided out, and he can just take a punch, deliver a punch, and should definitely be one to check out. Really easy to use as well, which is helpful. I also find that the use of Iron Man is pretty helpful and easygoing. So Iron Man is kind of a character where you can burst in, shooting missiles, or just kind of fire, but your strongest ability is to just kind of hover in the air. I'm a little bit more aggressive here because I'm trying to find you some footage, and actually I learned a lot about these characters even more specifically trying to get all this footage stuff. It was mostly for my stream where I tried them all out, but anyways, I digress. Iron Man, really great for just hovering back and just shooting people. People barely notice you, they barely go after you, and you can shoot like this intense beam that just goes, burns people, or you can just fire your gun, or you can upgrade and fire missiles. You have like a little button every so often that allows you to kind of bump up like I'm doing here and then fire a set of missiles at people. You're very strong. You just gotta sit back, fire away, or fly away, and people just usually don't deal with you. You can just do tons of damage unnoticed. Cloak and Dagger are quickly becoming some of my favorite characters, I guess, or favorite character in the game, depending on how you want to spin that. You get the Cloak and the Dagger side of things. But what's really interesting is if you use these characters effectively, they are an incredibly dynamic duo. So on one side, you're able to sit here, pop up a shield of health, switch over to your clouded form, and then you can just hold down your attack and aim at an enemy. You just keep holding and it'll suck their health away, which is really, really helpful. And then you can also, when you remove the cloak, you can shoot at your teammates to heal them, which is incredibly helpful. You can put up a shield heal wall, and if you're clouded, you can shoot down a kind of mysterious cloaking wall that can help you evade, and you can do like a little puff up thing too. But the two of them are very, very strong in combo, and switching between them constantly during combat will completely confuse your teammates, give you a huge edge, and allow you to heal yourself, heal your teammates, and cause crazy amounts of damage. Very, very strong duo in this. Here we have Hela. So Hela is a character that I think some people they don't really notice. You just sit back, medium to long distance. Sometimes you can attack people too because your damage is high, and you just keep unloading. So you've got a little bit of an area of attack ball that you can shoot, you've got daggers that you can fire, and then you've just got regular shots which kill enemies in just a few hits. And a lot of enemies kind of don't think anything of you. You're slow moving, your approach isn't intense, but it is kind of intimidating. But yeah, you can just absolutely annihilate people. And then on top of that, you have this incredible ultimate where you have this area of attack that you can just absolutely smash and destroy anyone that gets in the way. Like, you can just take out whole teams with this ability, especially over objectives. And those final pushes, you can make the biggest difference here when you unleash that area of attack. So Hela is definitely one to not underestimate, and one to definitely check out because she is very, very powerful in this game, which is great to use. Then we have Iron Fist, which is a character that I really was shocked about. So you just overwhelm everyone. If you use your ultimate, you can overwhelm whole teams. I think even without the ultimate, you can overwhelm entire teams, because you just unleash a fury of punches, kicks, and just quick motions, and there's like the chi healing and all that. But the strength of Iron Fist is people, because they can't move fast in this game, they can't escape you. You just, again, completely overwhelm them with a fury of punches. You're nigh invincible in some situations, especially if you're paired with someone that's healing you, or if you just take a second to move away. You also have like a bit of a quick double jump, so you can move a lot faster than other characters. And yeah, you just overwhelm them with jabs. That's the biggest thing with Iron Fist, is you just keep coming with a fury that other characters are not able to move away from, deliver, counterattack to, or do anything to, and you just wail on them. You continue fisting them, and you just don't stop fisting them, and there is nothing they can do against the might of the Iron Fist. Just like there's nothing they can do against Hawkeye. It sounds silly, but Hawkeye is incredibly overpowered, and I hope they nerf him soon. Basically, you can one-shot people. Full health, just one-shot people. And even if you're not one-shotting them, it takes like a couple hits with the bow and arrow, they're just dead. You don't need to do anything with Hawkeye except sit back and just fire the arrow. People can't do anything. You will absolutely annihilate them. He has other abilities, who cares? It's just arrow shooting. It's ridiculous. I had him lower in the list, and then, because I was joking about putting him first, but then I actually was playing him here in this segment, I was like, yeah, no, he's incredibly overpowered. You cannot beat this guy. He is ridiculous. If you have any level of basic aim and bow skill, you should decimate every single team you go against, because it's just ridiculous. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this list of Marvel Rivals characters. let me know. Hopefully you found something new to play as, and I'd love to hear about whether your list is different than mine, and maybe we'll expand this.